various things in terms of what has been happening, the fact that it is undermining safety and security, the fact that it is undermining duty of care, the fact that it is undermining educational recovery. We've always highlighted that, and we have been very consistent in that. With that, the Minister of Local Government publicly dismissed our concerns. Publicly,
you wrote a letter, I think, to the Ministry of Local Government, ODPM. Did that letter go to the Minister of Education as well?
Yes, it was copied.
Where you gave a deadline.
What
was the response?
To the best of my memory, to the best of my memory, there was no response coming from the Ministry of Education. Formal response, that is, because in all honesty, the letter was just copied to them.
Right.
The owner of the process would have been local government. So that's why personally I was very surprised at the Ministry of Education's stance on this matter.
Because you'd have expected them to stand with you.
I would have expected them to take a particular stand that would have been in the interest of the education system, that would have been in the interest of the teachers and students, and by extension, even the interest of the shelterees. But that was not the case in this instance. How the Ministry of Education essentially inserted themselves in the issue as to the removal of shelterees when they were really not the owners of the process. They couldn't do anything really.
What was the response from the Ministry of Local Government?
He was most dismissive. Publicly, there was, I gather that a letter was sent to us. We are doing some investigation as to when exactly that letter was sent.
You didn't see that letter?
No, I never saw that letter until, I believe it was yesterday. Never saw that letter.
What?
But I gather that the letter was sent. We sent a letter via email.
Oh.
But I gather that letter was sent via mail. So we are doing some checks to find out exactly when that letter came to our office.
A lot of people have been coming at you about this, Mr. Malava. How does that make you feel as somebody who is out there trying to protect our children, trying to ensure that our children get an education in a safe space?
Here's where I'm at. When at my inauguration, I had a slogan: unmoved, unshaken, and won't back down. I'm firm in my conviction as an individual. Yeah, that I will stand up firmly for what I believe, and anybody who knows me knows that that's how I have always operated. I always stand up for what I believe in, and I've always stood up for people, because even the Bible, I think it's Philippians 3, verse 4 says, do nothing out of vain conceit, rather in humility, value others above self. And that is how I have always operated as an individual. So, people will be people. And if they can crucify Jesus, who am I?
That is it. That is it, sir.
Yeah.
We know we're in a place
I take nothing personally. It is a part of leadership.
Yes.
Yeah. I take nothing personally. It is a part of leadership. But at the end of the day, I, Mark Malava, will always seek to speak truth to power. That's how I have always operated.
Thank you very much.
And here what is happening. If it was not, and here what is happening. We have gotten a date, May 8th. That's it.
And you're going to hold them to that
We have gotten a date. Yeah, we always wanted a date. We asked for time-bound timelines on which this matter will be fully resolved. We indicated that in various communication to the various individuals, and we have now gotten a date. Is it a good date? No, we believe that it should have come much earlier. However, we have now gotten a date, and that is what we have always wanted. And in many respects, the JTA has been vindicated on this matter.
We're going to leave it right there. We know you have a busy evening, so we're not.
Thank you much.
We're leaving it right there. Thanks for the time, my brother. We'd love to talk to you about the salary negotiation, but let's do that another time.
Yeah.
Blessings. Mark Malava, president of the Jamaica Teachers Association. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. The most credible discussion on social media. Because, you know, a whole heap of people up on social media chat foolishness, you know. Rubbish. And somebody call Cliff Hughes to the front of the line. Every day you disappoint me more. And some people will say, how them man they can disappoint you, Shaka. I am old enough to remember when Mr. Hughes was a credible journalist. A journalist that we used to look up to. Now Mr. Hughes is a political axe. Yeah, man. Now you're a political axe, sir. And you have lost credibility miserably because of your defense of the Jamaica Labour Party. I used to watch you. You see, I grew up learning this business, you know, from people like Barbara Gludon, Ronald Twaits, Mutty Perkins, Antoinette Orton. Yeah? Them people that it sharp. And then people would have criticized anybody. Once you're up for criticism. Those people never afraid. And back then, Cliff Hughes was a part of that. He was a part of that group who used to ask the critical questions. But now, it seems like singing for supper turn you into a yes man. And I am very disappointed. And I'm not going to be afraid to say it. Because, as I tell you all, I'm not a vlogger nor a blogger. I'm a broadcaster. Yeah, and I have papers to show my training in broadcasting. Not paper, but papers to show my training in this field. And let me also mention that may I do this before YouTube was in existence. May I do it before MySpace was in existence. In fact, I created a platform back in 1994 on Satcom Cable Television Network, Entertainment Plus. We started out there. Yeah? So, I still love traditional radio. And I admire broadcasters. People who are part of the Fourth Estate. And I have respect for them. And I still respect the veterans who are still in the business. Cliff, you're throwing away your hard work. You dash away your hard work, Cliff Hughes. You are trampling on your own reputation. I wonder if I can find what disturbed me. Let's see if I can find what I saw that disturbed me today. Really disturbed me. Really, really disturbed me today. I'd love play it for now, if I can find it. Sad that somebody who over the years have developed a reputation.
Revelers.
No, not that. Somebody who had developed that kind of reputation just sit down and for politics at this
Of the
price.
shelteries and the JTA president. Let me repeat. Melissa was the 28th of October last year. November, December, January, February, March. We're in April now. We're the 13th of April. 5.5 months. The administration of Prime Minister Holness must get on with removing the shelteries from the schools. Enough time has passed. And I'm saying to the Minister of Local Government, Desmond McKenzie, who I heard when being pressed on this station, saying that May 8th is what, 3 weeks away? Minister McKenzie, we're going to hold you to that. May 8th, we must not have one more sheltery in any school in Jamaica. Not one day must pass after May 8th. But that does not absolve the JTA president for what he has said and done. You don't do that, Mr. President. Your office demands much more from you. And what you have done, you don't know how much you have damaged, undermined the credibility of the office of the presidency of the JTA. Do you know, Mr. Malava, on whose shoulders you're standing as president of the JTA? You ever hear about A.W. Wesley Powell? Yeah? You ever hear about the great Professor Errol Miller? You ever hear about the great Faye Saunders? Huh? Hewitt? Dundee Hewitt? You ever hear about those people? Outstanding Jamaicans. And you come here, can't resist the temptation to try and get political stripes for your narrow political agenda. And then you didn't even think about it. If you go out and make this at a public gathering, and when the minister call you, you're going to tell her, oh, it is confidential. So why the hell you go on a platform and say it? If it is confidential, then you deal with it on a confidential basis. You pick up the phone and you call the minister and say, Minister, this is my information. This is what I know. Deal with it. This is not about your narrow partisan political ambitions, Mark Malava. You have disgraced the office of the JTA presidency. I just could not believe it when I heard that this man had the temerity.
You know, Cliff, you are the disgrace. You are the damn disgrace here. You should be ashamed of your ugly self. What did Mark Malava do wrong? because he has disgraced the government? Is that your problem, Cliff Hughes? The fact that Mark Malava disgraced the Andrew Holness-led administration? Are that your problem? That are all our problem. In fact, George Davis said it best. The ministries were caught unaware with their trousers down. The incompetent government that we have running this country that have no clue how a country ought to be run. That is the problem you have, Cliff Hughes. You want to take it out on Mark Malava. But it was a very good interview yesterday with Damian Crawford, who explained to us that what you are all doing is shift the blame and change the narrative. So the government spends all its time building narrative instead of building a nation. That's why since the war started, the Prime Minister has not addressed the country on what is happening with the war and how Jamaica will navigate. You set a non-skull. Child Care and Protection Act starts not with the evidence, but with a credible concern. A credible concern. And I have a few clips I want to play for you all. Because no one don't remember Desmond Mackenzie went down to Petersfield and a caller to this program called us the other day, and the caller said to us, you remember that there was some rape allegation down at Petersfield High School during the shelter? But a lot of you only want to make narratives. And before I go any further this evening, I am calling on Dana Morris Dixon to either resign as Minister of Education and keep your information ministry, or resign as Information Minister and keep the Education Minister. It is a conflict of interest. It is a conflict of interest. We spoke with Mark Malava yesterday evening, and he said he was disappointed at the stand taken by the Minister of Education. And I summed it up. And it is because she's also the Minister of Information for the GLP, not the government. Government care about people. GLP looking after them party. And that is what is happening. There's no governance from the Andrew Holness-led administration. It is a GLP operation taking place. And you can't see that, Cliff. I'm so disappointed in you. I call a spade, you know. Cliff Hughes has spent a lot of time building a legacy, which is now trampling on like a pig. Trampling on your own legacy. Tearing up your credibility and flinging it away. Because you're singing for your supper. You know, people in the Fourth Estate should not be so compromised. Shouldn't. Let's go to a TVJ newscast. Listen to this, my people.
Of several items at the Petersfield High School shelter. The police are investigating the theft of several items at the Petersfield High School shelter in Westmoreland.
The development comes just days after the local government minister Desmond Mackenzie announced that the facility will be closed come December 31.
General Perseus has details.
A teacher of the Petersfield High School showing our news team the room which was broken into by vandals. During our visit to the school-turned-hurricane shelter, we were unable to go inside because an emergency meeting was in progress. Days after he gave shelter residents notice to leave, local government minister Desmond Mackenzie was back.
The situation is deteriorating here as I speak. There have been a major break-in in the staff room here at the school. They have stolen the school's personal property, including a number of laptops, which is critical to the learning of the students.
It's believed the perpetrators made their escape through the back of the school, where the fence was blown down by the powerful Category 5 hurricane. That area has also been transformed into a space for laundry. According to the minister, the indiscipline at the shelter is worsening.
They have been threatening the shelter managers and the person who are working here at the shelter. The behavior has gone beyond the level that I'm going to accept.
Going forward,
I'm going to request that the police have a 24 hours present here at the school, because I am not prepared to put the lives of the persons who have volunteered their services here to be subjected to any threats, any level of disrespect.
TVJ News has learned that in addition to the over 100 shelter residents, hurricane victims in and around the area are also provided with food daily and are also recipients of care packages. The shelter residents are, however, leveling blame at the outsiders for creating problems. The minister, however, had his own theory.
All because the fact that they are now required to leave the school, government is making provisions for them. Some are willing to go, some don't want to go. And I'm going to say this now. We are not going to compromise any of the 4 positions that was made to them on Wednesday. And if they want to be difficult, I can be difficult too, and I'm going to be difficult. It is unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable. And I'm going to urge them. I hear that some are saying they will block road and they will this. I am not afraid of roadblocks. I'm going to appeal again to their conscience. Let good sense prevail on this matter.
The government announced that shelter residents requiring building material and other items will be facilitated, while those who are not in a position to rebuild will be relocated to a temporary facility being erected by the JDF.
Not because of Melissa, we're going to postpone the education of our children. They are operating now out of the church down there. And the school is here. Nobody not putting anybody out. We're not throwing anybody out on the road.
Chanela Precious, TVJ News.
So that piece of newscast was December last year. The same clown talking. Eh? Wanna listen to him, the man? I have one more clip to play with him. Because these analog politicians forgot that this is the digital age. Listen to the idiot again.
The Prime Minister has indicated that we must do everything that is possible to ensure that we bring some greater assistance to the shelter. I've advised the persons who occupy the facility that by the end of December, we'll be closing the operations of the shelter here, and I've outlined the various steps that we'll be taking.
Minister Mackenzie then revealed that a temporary facility will be built by the Jamaica Defense Force for those who are unable to return home immediately. For others, logistical and other support will be offered for reconstruction and rental. But for many residents, the proposed area for relocation is causing anxiety more than relief.
That will come like a house in dogs, cats, cows, goats. That don't make no sense for a human being. We're not choose today here, so but because of disaster why we are here. Come up with something better, some other solution that everybody can work with.
So, all of a sudden now, because they have failed and their incompetence is on show, they want to blame other people. Cliff Hughes, tell you what Mark Malava do. More than embarrass the government. Yes, if you are going to blame Mark Malava for embarrassing the government, I will agree with you, because the government should be a damn shame of themselves. They should have bowed down them head and take 2 days, like Damian Crawford said last night. 2 days. May 8 is too long. I want to be telling you no. You see? That's why I tell you, you know, this program here is powered by the blood of Jesus Christ. And when I look, no fame from no fool. You understand? This that I do on Portland Spice TV is my work. May have 2 jobs, not including this, because this is not a job. This is a work. Yeah? May have 2 jobs. 2 permanent jobs. Plus me other side hustle them when me do. This is my work. Whether me get paid or not. Me do this. Me do this for the love. Me not do it for the likes. So with all that said, Desmond Mackenzie. With all that said, you need a Alfred Dawes moment when you say this.
I am extremely disappointed in the comments made by the president of the JTA. It is unfortunate.
Clown.
And in the correspondence that was sent to the permanent secretary, there is nowhere in that letter that issue was raised. I am saying to him, if he has the evidence to produce it, because I've asked the police.
Desmond, when it comes to child care and protection, if you hear a child over a yard a scream, you don't need to city-lick them to report it to the police. The president said he got report, him never say him see. Wanna set a wicked. The man say he got reports. Him never say him see. And if people with credibility come to you and say to you that people living in the shelter are engaging in intimacy, in clear view, and clear view don't mean that the children them see, you know. Because I can see something. I can see something. You stand up same place, you not see it, you know. But it is in your view. So if you turn around and look, you will see it. But you will all know. God Almighty, man. The only thing you want to know when you hear something like that, you know, if it is possible, you know. So why make on a fence school then? Why schools are fence? Why don't tear down the fence at the school them then and make adults walk through every day for shortcut and all them something there? Why not cut out if people walk through school you don't have a problem with it? You know, there's a wicked set of people. Yeah, hallelujah, Jesus Christ. Champs. They say people zoom up the young girl them parts. I mean, I don't know if they zoom up the young boy them parts too. I zoom it up. And that is an issue on a damn jackass. On is a set of jackass. You know them people I need to kick out of Jamaica? All of them vloggers here where defend the government in this. Where come against Mark Malava. We don't need to be expelled from Jamaica. Persona non grata. We don't need to left here. God Almighty. Are the people in yard? They live there for over 6 weeks, and I tell you no that anything that you do for 6 weeks becomes a norm. Hey, you ever live, yeah, your woman live alone, and a child come And sometimes you have to try to remind yourself that a child is in the house. Eh? On the labor rights, on the wicked and cool. It is all about the GLP, never about Jamaica, never about the children. And those of you who did not see that interview yesterday evening with Damian Crawford, it is on Portland Spice TV. You don't need to go watch it and share it because Damian Crawford laid into the government. Their incompetence is on show. It's 80 odd people in a shelter. You don't need more than 2 days to move them out on a wicked set. I can't call on nothing but wicked. Why are taxpayers paying Marlon Morgan? You need to go find something to do and come off a taxpayers payroll. The education minister said she send you down to the schools. And what report you came back with? Nothing urgent. Nothing urgent. Nothing urgent to move the shelteries out. We're not doing well. We're not doing well. Isaac, you need to talk more. You are the spokesperson on human rights. The rights of the children are being violated. And the government is at fault. Cliff Hughes is a disgrace. You have lost. You have lost your worth as a journalist. I shouldn't use that word that you have lost it. You have thrown it away on the altar of political biasness. Thrown it away on political biasness. A lot of you in the media are bought and paid for. Bought and paid for by this government. So ashamed of you. So ashamed. All supporters of this rubbish, all of you, are traitors. You are enemies of our children. Enemies of our children. You are enemies of the future of Jamaica. I wonder if this will go through. Having a problem with my email. Having a problem with my email this evening. Never remember that I should have sorted it before. Now listen to big man. About him disappointed in a Mark Malava. I am disappointed in you. There you go. It's not sent. Very disappointed. Why not get to this stage? Even after September 3rd. You're in your 3rd term now. You all can't assist the government. You can't assist the government by saying to them as a supporter that no, this is wrong. You hear the man come first? Yes, 5 going 6 months after the hurricane. And we shouldn't pass the May 8th date. Colin, you have 2 jobs. And I owe no taxes. Absolutely none. In fact, we're filing right now. You don't have to be compromised to speak about the hypocrisy and corruption. Let me tell you something, people in the chat room. I am a patriotic Jamaican. Me hear one clown yesterday say I don't know what it means to be patriotic. And I won't respond to him. Because I tell you every day where my stand is. I love Jamaica. And I will do all I can for Jamaica. And I have often remind the listeners and viewers to this program that I was on screen during the 18 years of PNP. I started my broadcasting career officially in 1994. So I have had lots of confrontation with PNP politicians, even though I was a supporter of the party then. But being a supporter don't make me a clown. Being a supporter don't mean that I am going to support rubbish. Madam Producer, I've ever tell you the time me and Dr. Paul Robertson catch up over Marina? Yeah, man, me and Dr. Paul Robertson had a confrontation over the old marina in Port Antonio when the North Coast Highway was to be built. They had a meeting over there and I told them in the meeting I am tired of the announcement. I want to see the road. And him never liked my argument. And we had a face-off. Hard remarks. Get our bus under PNP. Me and her catch up over the same marina that took come in there, take no full talk. I don't remember what she came about. But a PNP bus hard remarks. Me and her had a confrontation over the very same marina, the whole Port Antonio whole marina. That's why the two councillors of Port Antonio fight against my candidacy. Tooth and nail. Because me tell one of them on a program, say, man, you know if you win back no seat. People enough to vote for you. Yes, I did it. Because I did not believe that he was performing up to the standard. So me not care when me talk once me talk the truth. And that's why I know that the Lord Jesus Christ will protect me because I speak truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So those of you who never know me from then, me not new to this, me not kin teeth pan plastic when it come to my country and my people. If you're not treat my people right, me I go talk. If you're not producing as the people's representative, me I go talk. And me I go talk something now, I me not care who vex. The 9 councillors in Portland must go away. Take away on yourself. The 9 councillors in Portland must move up and move out. Port Antonio is dirty and stink. Cruise ship come out when you're looking at the town. Think that ship going to come back? Think that ship going to come back? The mayor rip way off. The mayor, Paul Thompson. A rip way off. And he said when he came to Portland some time ago, he was so embarrassed and then not going back to Portland. Yeah, because the place dirty and a lot of begging. Yeah. And a lot of madman on the street. Yeah. Yeah. Where did we go? I don't remember where we were. I don't think I did Panama. I don't remember. I remember. Yeah. But we met him. The 9 councillors. We were wearing our PortlandSpice shirt. In Portland. Don't work the pay you not get. You are telling me that the 9 can't come together and come up with a plan to clean up the town of Port Antonio? Jesus Christ, on a nasty. On is a nasty set. Now I don't care. What no one do? How much fight you no want fight me? Tell me say a lie, me I tell and when me say no go so. And once you no can't tell me that you no go. No worth it. But Portland people no get what no deserve. We want to vote for. We want to vote for. Look at Port Antonio, the place, beautiful. And the place, dirty, stink. One World Bank corner and the post office take over by homeless people. Some of them have unsound mind. They need care. Paul Thompson is a disgrace to hear that you was a nurse. You're a disgrace, brother. You're a disgrace. Let me open the phone line before me get in trouble. 876-804-7072. Let me take your calls. People, if you don't see Port Antonio, my capital, my town, and all know me love Portland and love Port Antonio. And I tell you, Isaac Buchanan, be careful. Be careful. Because when you have these lazy and nasty people around you, you have to be careful not to become lazy and nasty like them. The town can't stay so. The town of Port Antonio cannot continue this way. Portlanders don't need to rise up. The 9 councillors are the directors of the municipal corporation. They are the ones who are to make the decisions, and they must come up with the strategies. You have young people there who go to school. Me not call on a bright in a Maki. Man, and me not call on a bright because me not see it. Me know so no go to school. But if you no go to school and you end up in the council and you allow damn idiot to be leading, you know, and you can rise above them like oil, rise on top of the water, then it mean no word to no salt, Rasta. No word to no salt. And the 2 PNP councillors, I hear nothing out of you. Nothing me no hear out of you. So if you no quiet, me I go put the whole of you in the same barrel. Because I don't hear any of you coming out showing a difference. I don't hear any of you coming out and saying that something must be done to the town of Port Antonio. You all sit down there and quiet. Somebody said the 9 of you know. Evening. Caller?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Blessings, my brother.
I have some experience in Portland before. You know, I mean, I think some about 20 years ago, you know, because I spent a couple of days there.
Yeah.
And I do that snorkeling. You know, I mean, so I snorkel near the Navy Island and the port, and then down to where they have the craft market.
Yes.
They have the craft market. And the amount of dirt, the buckles that they dump in that little part of the beach is something made I expect. It's, you know, they dump the garbage in the ocean, you know. And one thing that needs to be done in Portland, they need to do a serious audit on the finance of the city, man. The people paying the tax money, they need to know where the tax money is going. They need to do a serious audit on that Portland council, you know what I mean? So they can give an account for all the money that they receive and what they spend on. You know what I mean? Because these people now, everybody get into politics and they get in there and they start farm a company. And next thing they start milk taxpayers. You know, it's like a culture thing now, you know? Just go into politics and begin to become a cash, they use everything as a cash cow.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Conflict of interest.
You collect much money for taxes and you can't spend where money spend.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And then they start going and start threatening taxpayers. Now, so if you don't pay taxes, you're not going to lose a place. But the taxpayers need to get to stand up to and build courage. As it's me, I'm not paying more taxes because it's me. You know, my it's not been clean. You know, the road's not been fixed. There's no light. You know what I mean? And do I see what's added on these people?
You can't have a beautiful little town like Port Antonio and you keep it the way how Port Antonio has been kept.
Yeah, man, I've seen it, man. And the people in Portland, they know. There's some guys who sell. I remember when I was there, some guys who do jerk chicken, what they call it, jerk chicken and the pork, and there are the flies flying over the stuff, and they're sitting there, want to sell themselves the garbage. You know what I mean? They have flies over the damn place, and garbage at his foot. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you this. Every time one of them big yacht they come to Port Antonio, because PJ built what is called a mega yacht marina in Port Antonio. And one other thing is when people come, as you hear, the producer was reminding me a while ago, we met a captain, I think it was in Panama. We met a captain of a mega yacht. And he recognized us because we were wearing the Portland Spice shirt and the 876 on the shirt. And he said, you guys are from Portland? And I said, yeah. And he was telling us that he came to Portland, to Port Antonio. And they said that they would never come back to Port Antonio. I asked him why, and he pointed out two issues. He said a lot of begging, but the place was extremely dirty. You know how embarrassed I was?
I know, man. It's very painful, you know? It's very painful.
No, I have a listener and a subscriber to this channel. And because of all of my talking about Portland, the man come and buy a property at Portland. And every day the man is saying to me, Colin, something have to be done about the town. It's a good thing, means you to truthful, and a long time I tell you say the town dirty.
Yeah.
The town
Colin,
hey, come on, man. Jesus.
Colin, the taxpayers of Portland need to stand up on their foot and say, listen, we need a hard done on all the money we pay you. And then if you can't see where the money is spent, you know, you need to start going for the asset. You know what I mean? Because for these people, they just use the council as their cash cow.
But you can't spend the money and spend it foolishly too, you know. But I'm saying, hold on, let me tell you this. Garbage trucker clean the town all 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning. What kind of rubbish that? Why the town can't clean from 4 o'clock in the morning? Why when you go, people are go to work and all of them places, at that time the town are clean? And by the time then clean it, garbage are throw at the light post. You have business people are throw garbage at light post from 10 o'clock in the morning and it has stay there till the next morning. And you are telling me that the parish council can't do nothing about that? Eh? Some of these things are not money needed, no caller. Some of these things is will, knowledge, vision, and little decency, little dignity in yourself. If you say, no, this is my town, it can't stay so.
Yeah. And the people who dump the garbage at a certain time, they should be charged for littering too, you know what I mean?
The parish council must deal with that. That's my point. That's why I point out some of the problem. That's the point I am making.
And one thing they need to get mechanical sweepers too in the town too. They can run through town, you know what I mean, with mechanical sweepers. You know what I mean? We are
all grass are overgrown. Oh my God. All grass are overgrown in town, you know.
Yeah. Well, again to the mayor and the council, they need to be audited, mate.
The mayor is a worthless fellow. Worthless.
You can't see where the money going, you know. You can't see where the money has been spent, so they need to tell you where the money is. So you need to audit money and that area, you know. You know what I mean? Because they can invite tourists to come over there and then they just walking into garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's an embarrassment.
Yeah, man. All right, party.
Anyway, take care, mate.
Yeah, man. 1-876 804 7072. Auntie Winnie, good evening.
Just a minute, sir. Good night.
Yes.
Good night, Mr. Bell.
Yes, Auntie Winnie.
If the people in Portland on this, they don't want them to be any better because they want them to be the same. They want them to be beggars and don't have nothing in life. So the councillors will just don't do anything. But the people should get together and say, no, my town cannot be this nasty. You understand? But the people like it that way. So
Right?
there's nothing you could talk till the cow come on, Mr. Bell.
But
The
Carla,
people
that's
like
why
it
you
that
have
way, and
leaders,
there's
you know.
nothing.
That's why you have leaders, because sometimes the people don't know what is best for them. And that's why you have to have proper leaders to lead the way. What Port Antonio is lacking is proper leader. And that's why I call for Isaac not to get caught up with these 9. Separate
But he's
yourself
only
from
one,
them.
Mr. Isaac. He can't do everything. So all he got to do is, from he's doing his work and let his worker do what they got to do. No slacking. You'll be all right. But the one that busman, the part where what parish is that? What that called? So what? That's East Portland, and what the next one?
West Portland.
Yeah. He not doing anything because he got the idiots them around him. Go in his office and beg him a $50 and he give them. When you Evals?
But Daryl, I don't know if often Daryl even come up Portland, if Daryl still come up Portland. I don't know how often he come up Portland. I don't think him care about. Well, he might start come back now because him here I'll go find. So he wants to be there when the oil is found. So he might start come back up Portland now. What a make
No more. I'll gonna track them now.
Yes, man.
No, they can't get the oil. Listen,
hey.
They cannot get the oil. Nothing on the oil for 10 years. The people, they got to get their money back. Even though they didn't put no money, they think they're going to get it because they have to do the digging.
Well, the man
Tell me
say,
something.
The
how
man
far
says,
away?
Go ahead.
Tell me something. How far away Jamaica from Trinidad?
It's what, about 2 hours and 30 minutes flight. 2 hours 30, between 2 hours and 30 to 2 hours and 40 minutes flight.
Because I hope they do not bust the Trinidadian I'll part, because Trinidad's saying that when Barbados was here, the oil belonged to, they cannot do certain things because of the oil. There's a name they use. You could tap into Trinidadian oil. Something so. Years ago that was saying. I hope it doesn't interfere with tap into Trinidadian oil field.
I'm not sure where you're talking about.
No, there is, look, in the sea.
You mean the vein, the vein, I don't think Trinidad vein come all the way down
vein,
to Jamaica.
That's it, the vein, that's it.
I don't think so.
They don't well,
but
there's because these Trinidadian, they don't mess with the oil.
There's a thought. There's a thought that 80 have oil too, we and 80 might be on the same vein, but not Trinidad.
Yes, I know that 80 and Jamaica is on the same.
I know we are on the same fault
as well.
We are on the same fault line as it deals with earthquake. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm coming back to these councillors. They only get money. They're not going to do anything for Jamaica, because why should they spend the money?
Don't mix it up.
We're not in their bank account.
Don't mix it up, Auntie Winnie. We're not asking the councillors to do for Jamaica. The councillors are responsible for their parish, and they must look after them parish.
To be responsible, to make it clean.
Yeah, man, but if you're a councillor, man, come on. Why you go for service, for representational politics, and you can't even take care of a town? You can't take care of your capital? You can't make your capital look welcoming?
People only go in it for money, sir. They do a lot, 90% going in it for money.
We can't build one sign.
The 10%
we can't build one welcome to Port Antonio sign run at the marina. Bill a welcome to Port Antonio sign on the marina no set up blind bar teamos. Jesus.
I have a friend that live in Portland. But I ain't coming right there now. Right now, not I won't come to Jamaica when this man is still there.
Oh Lord. All right,
no,
Auntie Winnie.
I honest to God, I will not come to Jamaica when only says there. Not me and that man, but because me cuss him too much, I'm gonna stop cussing him now. I don't want nobody kill me, bro. I hear you.
All right, bless you. All right, Auntie Winnie. 1-876-804-7072. That's the number to call. We're talking about all those supporters of the Labour Party who are criticizing Mark Malava. You know, he's a set of garbage. Garbage, you know, be. And me vex this evening. Very vex. Because, as I said earlier, I grew up listening to Clifton Hughes. And to hear Cliff Hughes now reach a stage where my dash way in reputation. God Almighty. Will be a background noisy.
Hold on there.
Yeah, man. It's
any better?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Colin, good evening. Good evening
blessings,
to
blessings,
your
my brother. Welcome.
listeners and your your producer, your viewers. Colin, let me tell you, I happened to drive into Spanish Town and the outskirts today. I stopped at one of my favorite place that serve up shake, do a protein shake and so on. So I decided to have one today. And Colin, the lady entered into a discussion with me. And she listened to me. She's one of my listeners. She listened to you. As a matter of fact, I think she may be listening to you right now. And she listened widely, and she said it is indeed a disgrace, and it is basically obfuscation, and the government is embarking on similar to what we have been saying. She agrees. Because when you look, I'm talking about with the Malava issue, the issue that Malava raised. What the hard, cold truth, Colin, is that president of the JTA, the 61st president of the JTA, Mark Malava, simply embarrassed the government.
Exactly.
And they are running for cover.
So when I hear Cliff Hughes talk about what Malava did, if you're saying that he embarrassed the government, yes, but the government set up themselves for embarrassment. It was Desmond Mackenzie who announced closure of the shelter for December.
Colin, between all of us, since the weekend until today, I come across no less than 15 persons who are not political acts. They watch what is happening, but these are people who would cast their vote either way based on issues. And they were ardent listeners to the gentleman that you just mentioned. And they said they don't even want to hear his voice anymore. And it's not because they are supporting the People's National Party. It is simply because they are so disappointed and disgruntled with the gentleman. He is losing capital day after day. Because people can see through things in a Colin. People will understand. There's nobody who in their right mind don't know that Colin Bell is a hard-nosed comrade. A hard-nosed comrade. But what they can't, absolutely. But what they can't say is that Colin is selling himself, his soul, at the altar of money or anything. Colin, yesterday, or this morning rather, I was watching CNN, still watching them right now, I'm home. And one of their reporters basically highlight some of the ills that were going on in Hungary under the far-right government. And one of what they pointed out, and I will outline it and you can tell me if it sounds familiar here in Jamaica. She said that what happened, the government there is the largest spender in terms of public advertising and media. And what they do, they use it to their advantage and they squeeze whoever is not in their corner. I'll go further to say that a senior manager at a major media house in Jamaica, a group of company, said to me, and by saying this, I could almost call the name because everybody would be able to deduce from what I'm saying which media house I'm talking about, or which two media house I'm referencing. He said to me that this is a company, you know, that had about 5 radio stations at the time, a television station, the largest print media, and also a television station. Huh? And he said to me that the only time that they were able to get more spend than the media house that had based recently at Bradley Avenue, now downtown Kingston, was during the time of COVID. And the reason for that is that they were carrying some educational program. You remember when they were carrying their lesson and that television station?
Yes.
So he said that's the only time that they got more. Now, Colin, if something is not wrong with that, then you tell me. And the CNN reporter said that is the situation over there in Hungary.
Is the same thing in Jamaica?
It is the same thing, Colin. And I have posited this view as I do it here, and I did it on radio today and mainstream radio today, where I said that I personally believe that when it comes to government spend, every single last media house, mainstream media, should benefit from the government spend if you are spending. It may vary from station to station, but all of us should benefit. All of us should benefit because all the media houses have their listenership. So if you're really and truly trying to reach the mass audience as much as possible, it should spread across. You can't come and be a media house, one media house, and it's not even the largest media house that you can say, boy, they're getting the largest chunk. Yes, Colin.
I don't think them have 10% of the listenership in Jamaica.
They don't, based on the survey, they don't.
You understand? But what the government is trying to do is trying to build their own media entity. And as Damian said yesterday, the government spends its time building narratives instead of building the nation.
You know, Colin, today the goodly senator, I won't call his name, came on. And you know what was shameful again? Hear the point that he made in my program, and I sent it to you so you can basically take the clip if you so desire.
I'll pick it up late, so I don't get to listen to it yet.
But you know what the man said, Colin? The man made the point to say that, listen, there was a lot of people who were in shelter, and now it is only 80. It is now 80 plus in shelter. No, but hear the thing, Colin. It doesn't matter because we are not talking about people being in shelter, you know, because invariably there could be people still in shelter at this time. We are talking, the point is that at this time there should be no sheltering in any of our schools. That's the government, that's the point. And I don't know why people are so big-headed and their head is so tough.
That show you how terrible it is, Obi, because they're not seeing that point. That point fly over Cliff Hughes' head. It fly over Marlon Morgan. No, it not fly over the head neither, you know. These people are just wicked. A wicked, me call them. Them just wicked. So they're spinning the narrative to suit themselves and their party. It is all about the party. Because George Davis said it best, you know. George Davis said it best. George Davis said that Mark Malava's statement caught the ministers and the ministry unaware. That is the problem that hit them. I don't know if you hear what the man said to the Obi. Listen, Cliff Hughes, I want to play it again. Because the man start writing, you know, and then because you have to earn your money. Listen where the man go. Listen him.
Militaries and the JTA president. Let me repeat. Melissa was the 28th of October last year. November, December, January, February, March. We're in April now. We're the 13th of April. 5.5 months. The administration of Prime Minister Holness must get on with removing the shelteries from the schools. Enough time has passed. And I'm saying to the Minister of Local Government, Desmond Mackenzie, who I heard when being pressed on this station, saying that May 8th.
Hold on. And Desmond Mackenzie will have a program on your station. Me could put that tonight.
It is, what, 3 weeks away?
Minister
Mackenzie, we're going to hold you to that. May 8th. We must not have one more sheltery in any school in Jamaica. Not one day must pass after May 8th.
Hold on, Obi. But you hear that, Obi?
I hear it. I hear what, but hear the thing, Colin.
But you know, you're going to sing for supper now. He's going to look the money now, you know. Listen now, he's going to look the money now.
But that does not absolve the JTA president for what he has said and done. You don't do that, Mr. President.
When do?
Your office demands much more from you. And what you have done, you don't know how much you have damaged, undermined the credibility of the office of the presidency of the JTA.
Me not play no more right.
Absolute garbage.
Me not play no more right because what?
Absolute rubbish. The 24,000 plus JTA member. I can assure Cliff viewers that they are indeed proud of their president and past teachers and so on, and they're walking with their head high, tall, and praising their president
but
to
Obi,
be bold.
Obi,
Yes, sir.
You know what I need to do at this time? I did it earlier, but now that I have almost 1,000 people listening and watching, I am calling on Dana Morris Dixon to either resign as Minister of Education or Minister of Information.
Or both.
I'm not going to call for both, but she must make a decision. Education is too critical a ministry. For in an issue like this, Dana Morris, you are not standing with your teachers, you're standing with the Labour Party. So if you want to be information minister for the Labour Party, you must resign as education minister. And if you're going to be education minister, looking after our children, representing our teachers, and ensuring that we have an educated population, you must resign as the information minister for the Labour Party. It cannot work, Dana. You are compromised. It's a conflict of interest, and this shows it up. And if you really want to call for a resignation, resign from one of those ministries.
She will tell you that she is not information minister for the Labour Party. She's information minister for the government.
Yeah, but when
that's
fool at her, them think Uncle fool are listen.
Right? But what happened, we know that you cannot differentiate it. However, Colin, if you listen to Cliff, because the devil is in the detail, you know. So wittingly or unwittingly, he doesn't recognize that what he's doing is making the similar call as Malava did. What happened is that Malava, because he is representing his constituents and he knows exactly what they were going through, he made the call much earlier when Mackenzie pushed back at him and said, listen, he has no jurisdiction or no authority to be asking for ultimatum. Cliff Hughes today, by virtue of what he said, enter the fray and give Mackenzie an ultimatum. Listen to what he said.
Yeah, man, but then he kick over the bucket of milk. By attacking Malava after that, he kick over the milk.
You see, because that's what, but he doesn't even recognize He doesn't recognize that that is what he's doing. He is actually saying it, but the government, Colin, is that Malava embarrassed the government. Here is the situation, you know. The president
anyway,
for
wrap up,
the...
Obi, I have to run and take some more calls.
I'm wrapping.
Yeah.
The president for the All Island Parent Teachers Association collaborate and said the same thing, you know, that the information came to him. He said it on national radio.
But Obi,
and
early out in the piece, you remember there was some allegation of sexual assault in one of the shelters down at Westmoreland?
Yes, I also remember that.
Oh.
I also remember that.
And Desmond McKenzie, I played him earlier, was on record saying people are broken at the school down the same thing like Malava said the teachers them are missing thing. So what are these clowns talking about?
You know, and believe me, you see, Colin, what happened? More and more people are seeing these things, to use a cricketing term, as big as a breadfruit coming onto the bat. That the government have failed. What we saw happen with this particular thing, it's there are many, but this particular one that we're talking about, it's dereliction of duty.
And people heads supposed to rule. Desmond McKenzie must go.
We're talking approaching. You notice what Cliff did? What Cliff did? He carefully come and talk about 5.5. We're entering next month. We're going into month 7.
Tell
Into month 7.
Anyway, Obi.
After Hurricane Melissa, my friend. Blessings. Take care.
1-876-804-7072. It is wicked. It is uncaring. It is incompetence. Unsure. Carla, good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening, Colin. Good evening to all in the chat.
Yes.
Colin, stand firm on your principles about Portland, Port Antonio, where your neighbor string cut.
Yeah, man.
And Berry. If every one of us stand firm for our country, our island, Jamaica, where we neighbor string cut, and if anything happen to we in a them your world of them, I tell you if we go back a we yard, we are somewhere if we go back to. It's time for us to stop put up with this government and put them outside the door. Jamaica is not for them. They don't treat Jamaican as if they are part of it. So we need to put them power, even if a banana boat. Because Jamaica is no banana republic. We put them on banana boat and send them to way. Okay. For example, I hear you talking about how there's no work done for the Port Antonio. Long time you're talking about it. You're talking about it's a tourist destination. It has such a rich history. As a matter of fact, James Bond 007.
Let me tell you better than that. Cruise shipping in the Caribbean started in Port Antonio. There was a building in Port Antonio that have air condition before the buildings in New York City. The history of Portland is rich. But when you have leaders who don't even know the history, when you have a mayor who don't even understand the town, the capital that is mayor of, then you get these kinds of results.
I love Frenchman's Cove.
It is the first all-inclusive hotel in Jamaica. The first
it's so gorgeous. That inlet is so beautiful.
Jamaica is Frenchman's Cove.
So, with all being said, they need to get off their backside and get to work. That is what you're telling them, and don't come off of them.
At one time, the Trident Hotel was in the top 27 hotels in the world.
Do they know this? Just as you said, they don't know the quality. They don't know the authenticity of Portland.
They don't know nothing, especially the mayor. That's a
You know
full
something,
clown.
the people them soon do it, you know. I'm telling you, I was talking to somebody today, and it was noted, and I don't forget what coming, and I said, you know, lots of what we are talking about, we in the diaspora, that gets on the ground in Jamaica. A lot of people in Jamaica don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
They're blocking them. They're doing stuff to stop them from getting the information. And one of the things that was noted in the conversation too, that was one, this is the second one, that they will go through 4 years of hardship and desperation and desolation, but they know how to use them. When the time comes, the year for the election, and they're going to call, they sweep them up. They give give them, as the saying say, when they're gonna get some food.
Your brother and your sister have to be your enemy.
And you know what they do?
Yeah, man. They keep
They
them
ambush
hungry.
them in the night. In the night, they can't go give them. They don't give them in a broad daylight.
But first, they keep them hungry.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, man.
Yes.
Because the people
this
are
is
so
where we
ignorant.
know on the ground.
The people are so ignorant that every time they can reach them through political strategy, they keep them hungry. And when you want to get some food, your brother, your sister, your mama have to be your enemy.
Yes.
And then, as you say, Bob Marley said it, they ambush them in the night. Is in the night, then
give them
money
in a
go
night.
give them.
They don't give them in a daylight because everybody are go see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the third point that came out of the conversation, and this is on the ground, we need to ask the churches what's going on, because we know for a fact that the Seventh-day Adventist Church is big in the Jamaica Labour Party camp. We know that. But we know the large people then, because I don't forget when Warmington said the church is rich enough, they don't forget no money.
Hold on.
Megawatt.
Hold on, Carla. Megawatt volt. The first all-inclusive hotel in Jamaica was Frenchman's Cove, brother. And I ask you that. Tell me, I tell you that. Continue, Carla.
So these issues on the ground, them on the ground know them. They need you were calling out for our young people, our youth, and Peter Gay come out. Peter Gay need that support. She need the backing to get to the young people them, because the young people them are becoming desolate. They're becoming in despair. They're going down deeper into despair because they don't have any hope.
All right. Thank you, Carla.
And before I come off, I hear what Obi was saying about, who called. Let me ask you something. Put aside people, as they said, they come out of the shelter themselves. Was this supposed to be a secret?
What?
The people still in the shelter, for the JTA to come out and put them on out, hear their dirty laundry and their secret. Was it supposed to be a secret?
Yeah, man, because remember they were saying that they did so well that I think some of them have said countries around the world want to talk to them, and international people rating them how they deal with the hurricane. Deal with my foot. Deal with
a lie
what?
them I tell, a lie narrative them I tell, a disinfect.
You listen to Damian
so that's
Crawford
why
yesterday
I leave
evening?
it with you.
You listen to Damian yesterday
Yes,
evening?
I was.
Damian
yes,
said
I
they're building
listened.
narrative instead of building the nation. Thank you for the call.
And acronyms, them building acronyms. One senator was talking in the Senate there when he said they're bringing a acronym from NARA to CARA to NERA to
fast. When they are so slow. Tell her.
Okay, Colin, I leave. I'm going back to class.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Bless.
May I tell you? If you think trouble in the world, then time they need to come take a peep around your son now. You want to see trouble, Robert? 876-804-7072. I soon call Ralston. Talk to me, caller.
Evening, Colin.
Blessings, my brother.
Colin, me have hope, you know.
I too have hope.
Me have hope.
I too.
There was a leader who was leading a country for 16 years.
Hold on, caller. Because I don't want to mislead nobody here. Portland was also the first banana ship left to England. I'm thinking about that statement. Yeah, but the first banana ship will leave Portland, you know. Leave to Boston, Massachusetts in the United States. And it left from Boston, or pushed by the Jerk Center there, you know. I hope they saw on a Saw Creek, the first banana boat leave from Portland, you know. And the first tourists that came to Jamaica on a ship is on a banana boat, then come to Port Antonio. Just fixing up some history, assisting the people. Go ahead, caller. Sorry about that.
Yeah, man, I say, I have hope because there was a leader.
Yeah.
Who was leading a country for 16 years. And just like how this government is using nationwide as them propaganda politicians, that government also use the institution of the country to strengthen their hold and governance.
And power, yes. Power, not governance, because they don't know nothing about governance.
Power. Right. Power, you're right about that. But on Sunday night, a man took 2 years and conquered that government. And you know why? Because the people had reached a point that it became so unbearable that over 73% of the voting mass in the country went out to vote for the opposition.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you understand which country that is.
It's which country? I don't know why.
That is Hungary.
Hungary.
Orban.
Oh, yeah. Obi was just talking about them a while ago, yes.
Right. No, when I saw that election on Sunday night, what it did was it told me that evil cannot reign forever.
Come on, the GLP will fall, you know. It's no if, no but, no maybe that this GLP administration will fall. They are living on a lie and living on sound bites. And as Damian said to us yesterday evening, if you put data to 90% of what the GLP says, it fall down like dominoes. None of what they are telling the people can stand to no data. I hear a man on a platform the other day, I talk about economics. And I said to myself, Jesus Christ, what is this man talking about? Pure lie. Pure lie talking about how PNP borrow much money. The most money borrowed in the history of Jamaica is borrowed by GLP administration. In 2010, they borrowed $2.4 billion. At that time, it was the record. Now they are again borrowing record amount, $3.6 billion. No PNP administration never borrowed them the kind of money there.
Mm-hmm.
And when they borrowed the $2.4 billion, Jamaica got kicked out of the multilaterals, got expelled. That was the worst financial catastrophe ever in the history of Jamaica happened under a GLP administration led by Bruce Golding, Audley Shaw, and Andrew Holness. What these people talking about? They will fall.
It is. I listen to them money and Colin, and I realize that it is when it is convenient, then defense certain things. And when it is not convenient, them go against it. But listen to the senator this morning for OB show.
Yeah.
I have to say to myself, say, so them money are really selling soul. Because if a woman goes to a police station and report that she was raped,
you're gonna jail.
You think the police are gonna ask her where the evidence there?
You got jail without any evidence.
All right, good. Now, in this situation, Mr. Malava, and you are speaking to a past education, member of the education community in Jamaica.
Yes.
When it comes on to children, the law is supposed to be so rigid as it relates to reporting incidents when it comes on to kids.
Yes.
So if Mr. Malava got a report and he made a phone call to the Minister of Education, that should have been enough information for the minister to have acted. So
I don't know.
To come out now and try to show shades on Mr. Malava is really singing by song.
Cliff Hughes has trampled on his own reputation, brother. You know, like when mystical normally say, Colin, be careful how you put out your ideas, because the Bible say, you know, if you cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample upon it. Cliff Hughes built his pearl, because I'm not going to tell no liars. As youth I grew up, me used to listen to Cliff Hughes and believe that he was a good journalist. But now he's trampling on his reputation, trampling on the legacy that he has built. God Almighty. You admit that 5.5 months is way too long. Yeah? And a man who say get a report that intimacy is taking place in clear view of our children. And you want to beat up on that man because the man say him get the report? How you do that? How any of you? Hold on. Cliff have children? Me no know. Me no know in personal life.
Have kids.
But any of you vloggers and bloggers and broadcasters who are doing this, go home and hope that the community will help to raise your child. When you don't want nobody to report what they know or what they even assume is happening. Because if you assume that a child is being abused, you know, you have a right to report it, you know.
Yeah.
These people are, I've lost off them.
But Colin, you have to mention what come if you not report it. If it can be proven that you knew that the child was being abused and you did not report it, you are liable to go to prison.
Yes.
Are charged
summary conviction in a court of law.
$600,000. So you see, you and Ralston and Obi said the right thing. They are not dealing with what was important in this matter. And what was important was that no urgency was placed on the report that was given to the minister.
Yeah, because the man said when him tell the minister, you know, the man said to the minister, if some of the reports that I am getting are true, yeah, they breach the Child Care and Protection Act. Man said the minister said to him, said, tell them to go to the police. Now, this is where I have a concern, because if the minister never dig in at that, do you know, to thine own self be true. If you never dig in at that, and at that time demand information from Mr. Malava, him not deserve to give it now. Because at that time you should have said to him, say, President, what are these reports? You are saying that they breach the Child Care and Protection Act. No, tell me what you hear. And obviously, based on what Mark told us, she never dig in it.
Exactly. She leave the report, and that is why the embarrassment come. And you know what I realized? Mr. Malava was trying to protect the minister. He was trying to protect the minister because look at the sequence of utterances. Malava did not come out and speak about the conversation about the minister until them start borrowing.
Yeah, man, and still, yeah, yes, you're right, caller.
Notice that, you know, the man was trying to protect the minister.
Yeah, he said that in his comeback when they start attacking him and they deal with the issue. Tell her, you're right, brother.
That is when he decides, all right, since we're not going to do this, let me give the chronological thing as it relates to how this thing unfolded. And even when they do that, if they go at him even harder, I hear what they do now. They say he did not give a formal report. How that reach in the conversation?
Oh, yeah. After you're derelicting your duty, that is the comeback. That is the comeback, brother.
Remember now, you know, when you witness, if you assume that things being done, you know, you're supposed to make a report, right? In that situation, I don't know, official, you know, you just call and say, listen, me think this is happening, you know.
Yes.
And the report is weak. That is what Mr. Malava would have done in our way with the minister. The minister getting that information, should call Desmond Mackenzie and say, listen, man, go take out them people from out of the school because this is what we get to understand. So it's happening. But you never act on it. And because you know, act on it and things that get out of hand, Malava decides to look, I'm going to push the envelope and get some attention to this thing. Because they're not taking the word.
Yeah, I'm going to tell everybody what me hear.
But no, so when the man talk, the man talk and then take offense to what the man said because he go public with it. And when you listen to George Davis speak,
hold on. I want the people to hear this. Hold on, Carla. Hear what George Davis said because this sum it up for me. Listen this.
You were spoken to in confidence, you told the minister. And you couldn't speak to the minister in confidence about something as serious as this? Serious enough for you to keep your powder dry until the platform of the JTA annual conference opened up for you. You bellowed this information to your constituents, knowing that only you knew. And you bellowed it to your constituents, knowing that your comments would be picked up by the media. And when the media picked it up and did its job, and then the minister called you, because clearly they were caught, the Ministry of Education was caught unawares. The Ministry of Local Government caught unawares. Labor and Social Security caught unawares. Education Minister called you. Mr. President, give me the information so I can move to resolve it. You say you can't talk? So who will resolve it then, Mr. Malava? You? Will the JTA go and resolve this situation? Is resolution of the situation in the gift of the JTA? Can you do more to resolve it than the Ministry of Education? If you can't resolve it, why are you keeping the information to yourself? If you feel it important enough to talk about it on a national platform, well, on a platform that will be amplified nationally.
You hear the man say?
Serious.
The ministries were caught unaware.
The authorities, the information to address what you say is a serious matter. It don't make
That's the only thing them business with, you know.
Yes.
But the ministry
could not have been caught
how serious we are about
the ministry could not have been caught unawares if the man calling
because your lament
between the 17th and the 18th.
At the heart of your lament
so even up to that point,
was how children were seeing this thing in the schools.
Colin. So in everything he might try to protect the minister, all he want was to get the attention of them, you know, to act on the matter, you know.
Yeah, man.
But instead of taking what the man say and go deal with it, then decide to assassinate the man and come at the man. You understand? And show them people out there. And there are persons who can't reason. And every little thing they get, then just go there and spread it out. They don't reason through the. Me sit down and listen to the chronological thing. And what come to me, you know, me I say, look, Malava could have said this long time, you know. He could have said it in the initial statement. He could have said, I spoke to the minister on the 17th and the 18th about the reports that I was getting. And he didn't do that.
He left that out.
All the man, he left it out. And when they go at the man say, all right, things like this will not come with. And even the minister say, oh, she's disappointed. But then wicked enough call him.
Then that me I call him from day, man. These people are wicked and they are a traitor to Jamaica.
Yeah.
All of them.
Them wicked man.
Somebody saying Cliff Hughes bad, but Tyrone worse. I don't even know who named Tyrone. Who that? Who name so? Cliff, them didn't have no reputation. I am speaking the truth. Clifton Hughes has built a reputation for himself as a good journalist. Yeah? Them the way I talk about now no reputation. Them they are paid vloggers and bloggers. Are those who are looking opportunity to be a senator or a part of the government. I walk them there look. Yeah?
I'll never end like how me say. I have hope. I
do.
see what happened in a Hungary happening in Jamaica.
Yeah, man, it is going to happen.
And we can predict this. I'm going to tell you this. We're not going to have an election in 2030.
It is going to be before.
We are going to have an election before.
I don't know if you listened to the Crawford interview yesterday and the Malava interview. Those are two interviews that I implore you all to go and watch. The Malava one is not up as yet, unless you want to watch the whole show.
I listened to two interviews yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
I just feel compelled to call to show how them put this man under the gallows, even when the man did try to protect the minister.
All right, sir. Respect and thanks. Yeah, man. 1-876-804-7072. Hey, Marie.
Yes, Colin.
What's
May
up,
I tell
girl?
you? Yes, you get them your beat and teach this evening. A history lesson in tourism. Yes, because
don't challenge me about Portland, I know my parish,
yes, me gonna learn it at art. Yeah, and me learn it at art. But how the tourism industry started with the banana boat. Even the same song, Colin, where Arabella Fonte sing. That's a cultural part. Them say that came out. Go ahead.
Daylight come and me want
yes.
go.
They say that's a cultural part.
Tally me banana.
Daylight come. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I'm want to go home. And
there's a poem called Song of the Banana Man, Tourist white man.
With Claude McKay. Claude McKay wrote that?
No, that was not Claude McKay. No.
Oh, I forgot look. I forgot research
it
that.
named Song of the Banana Man. Tourist white man met me in the Golden Grove marketplace. He looked at my stained clothes and turned up his face. He said, "You're a beggar man, I suppose." I said, "Boy, get some occupation." I remember me I said it right. I remember it. No, he said, "Get some occupation. Be of some value to your nation." How you tell her? I'm going to remember it. And come back with it tomorrow.
I'm going to look for it as my done because I love them things there. But like you just taught them a while ago, what I challenge you, the tourism industry came out of the banana industry. And another thing, a piece of our history to call in where them can't take away. Norman Washington Manley, that erudite lawyer, negotiated with the Boston Food Company. Big thing, big lawyer. And asked them and said, a penny from each stem of banana, because them there buy the banana, much to pay 12 cents a bunch, and then we're going to sell it for $2. He asked for a penny, man, the big banana man, negotiated and said, just give us back a penny. And that penny went towards a fund that created Jamaica Social Welfare, the forerunner to Social Development Commission now, Colin. You understand me?
Yes.
But literacy and all of them things that come out. So them can't beat way when it comes on to progressiveness and social development programs. They cannot beat us. So all who want to come and I try for the liquor way I say, you don't have to explain yourself to them because it is there. The banana industry came out, the tourism industry came out of the banana industry. And Portland is the cradle. Portland are the cradle. So I'm saying some things I call in.
Evan Jones wrote Song of the Banana Man. I told members of the Jamaica Tourist Board in a meeting in Kingston one time that Portland should be getting royalties from the tourism industry in Jamaica,
So when I get from Bob the TPD come.
We don't have no tourist board office at Port Antonio again because at one time them go on like them never want to sponsor the Jerk Festival, you know. And them use politics now and I fight the Jerk Festival. So there will be no Jerk Festival this year because they're using politics to fight the Jerk Festival. But something did happen after them fight it last year. Something else going to happen again. So we'll continue fight the Jerk Festival and stop the people of Boston and Portland from making money. It's $60 million and $70 million the Jerk Festival bring to the Portland economy each year. And here is the government fighting the Jerk Festival again. And when we talk these things, you know, we talk it, them can't challenge it.
The TBD tourism product or whatever. When, like you say, when you're supposed to get money out of that, Colin, because that money is like whatever the fees them get money. So when you're supposed to get money out of it, I mean, all people in the tourism things supposed to get money out of that. But like everything else, we don't know where those funds go or them siphon off or something. I don't know. I'm just saying because Jamaica no poor. You know, some son were dead. Say Jamaica no hard for government, Colin. It just need willpower and the funds go in the right places.
And people who have the country at heart, my sister. These people don't have the people of Jamaica at heart. They have the Labour Party at heart so that they can rip and rape this country.
Yeah. Because imagine, you know, I must say Cliff Hughes, I still love the man, you see, man. Alphonse son and the man have him look a bow tie and him pack.
Cliff Hughes built a reputation. We can't take that from him. But what I am now seeing is that he is trampling on his reputation like how pigs trample on pearls.
Him legacy. The man just selling him journalistic legacy down the tubes. That's sent for what? You know, I understand, I know you have business for run and all of that, but no man, your fortitude, it should have did it still, Cliff. It should have did it. A lot of people think they look up to you and anything Cliff
say it like Claude McKay. Say it like Claude McKay. We must die. Let us die like men and not like hogs.
Yes. And Winston Churchill plagiarized it and never even get a man credit, but you can't take what it is.
Let me tell you something. And then you have people because Tom Tavares almost asked Donna if she quoted Churchill. Poor Tom. Tom, you're such a disgrace. You're such a disgrace, Tom. You're gonna ask Donna if she quote Churchill. Quote what Churchill?
Hey, you know, say, Pauline, all the way me hear them talk about, you know, so Jamaica is supposed to have another separate category when you come out to national events to have some cultural icons, like you know, you probably give them honors and so like.
Well, that's what the Prime Minister say of our category name. I don't remember if a cultural icon, but Bob Marley should become a national hero.
So like a Claude McKay, Miss Lou, Bob, we're supposed to, you know, with sports people, them like a George Headley, them people there.
Jamaica is too great a country, my sister. Too great a country to be so poor.
Years down the line, we induct like a Merlin Otti, a Usain Bolt, a Shellyan. Yeah, man, we have a category like that because we're big when it comes down to culture. And culture span so many facets, Colin. So many.
All right,
but
Marie.
you know, we talk thanks for the funky beat and teach them, see them we are.
Tell Cliff Hughes to listen to this.
You know, I promise I'm not being short as to my mind many times. You know, when the Prime Minister spoke at the heads of government,
no, I
actually commended it. No, I did it in an interview. Senator Morgan.
No, don't call him.
CVM. But let me tell you this.
Hold on, the Junior.
If you will just give me Claude McKay's poem, Senator Thompson. I don't know if you like
rally.
poetry.
Let me just play Donna Scott.
I do.
Hold on.
It says, if we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock of our cursed lot. If we must die, oh, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood will not be spent in vain. So even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us, though dead.
Don't sell out your people for selfish. Ralston, man, good evening.
Yeah, man, what's up?
I'm not there, brother. Wagwan. Monday to the name.
Yeah.
Give us our update of what is happening out there. The world is in trouble and living ain't easy, my brother. Talk to us.
Yeah, man. Well, West Texas is now trading at 96.81 per barrel. Brent is trading at 99.36 per barrel. US stocks are up, but European and Asian stocks are down because they are closer to the crisis.
Oh.
So that's happening now.
And Donald
The
say have
Americans
holy
say that.
oil, so his stock might go because we say we have oil. We have lots of oil,
Yeah, man.
sweet oil.
Yeah, but the American investors are so stupid. They trade on every utterances from him. So by the time he says something else, stocks will be down. So, but the Europeans and the Asians, they don't believe he has any credibility. So they are not listening to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So right now he's blocking the other side of the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes. Why is he doing that? I said something to you the other day in Ralston. And I tell you, say America playing a game. America game is to mash up the Middle East. They are going to sell the oil to build back the American economy in a rally. May I tell you, you know?
No, this is a move here, cutting off China, cutting off supplies from going to China.
Yeah, but
and trying to get the
but he will sell
to
China the oil. If China wants to buy oil from America, he's going to sell them.
Yeah, but the Chinese are not going to allow that because that would make them very dependent on America, and they are the rivals to America, so they are not going to be supporting that. So what they are trying to do is to starve Iran of money, so nothing can go in or come out of Iranian ports. That's the idea.
Yes.
And to get them to capitulate. So the Iranians say they are not going to capitulate, and they are going to treat any ship that comes into their ports that is from the Americans and their allies as a breach of the ceasefire, and then they'll fire some shots on them. So let's see what happens. So the war is escalating.
So Iran is saying that they are going to fire on any American ship that come into the strait.
Yeah, man.
But
they're not going to tolerate the blockade because it means that they won't be able to import or export anything.
Boxfire blade, yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's an escalation of the crisis, yeah, man.
Will there be parliament tomorrow? Will the House of Representatives sit tomorrow?
Well, it's supposed to.
We need to find that out for sure. If the House of Representatives, because you know the House never sit the last 2 weeks.
Right.
But
I mean, even if they're not, they should have an emergency sitting tomorrow, even if it's not a normal sitting. We should have had that already because every other country, every other prime minister,
that's the point me that make to you. Should have, could have, would have. Them man sound like them care.
No, that's clear. From their actions, it demonstrates that they are not very caring about these things.
Do you think we have a mature set of legislatures running the country, Ralston, on the government side? Are they mature?
No.
Because I asked you that question based on a message I saw in the chat room a while ago. Somebody said that the government is responding to the JTA like children. The response is childish.
Yeah, man, very juvenile.
And the response to the war in the Middle East,
same thing.
Is silence.
Yeah, man. Private sector too.
So
the private sector too is also a juvenile approach from the private sector.
We're renewing the call. We're renewing the call we made yesterday. If the government does not come to the country tomorrow with a full statement on issues concerning the war and how Jamaica is going to navigate this, we are going to be calling on the opposition to come forward by Wednesday. The country needs direction.
Yeah, man. Somebody has to say something. Yep.
Before I go to the dollar and all of that, I could hear what Junior have to say. Go, Junior.
Good evening to your guests, I guess.
Yeah, man.
You realize exactly what is happening because we are talking every day about what's going on in the Middle East, and we are no comment. I know we hear a little argument made by the JTA president, and you hear how many ministers come out and talking.
And that was said them no mature, man. Pick them.
Yeah, man. Just know that you know, carry on. Whilst and this evening again, just try to advise these people, you know, because the advice is going to dumb animals. You know.
Where
The
advice is falling on stone.
You come on every evening and you give the government advice. Right? Mm-hmm. And you want to tell me, say, even by now, them can't realize that what you're saying must make sense. Check what's going on in the world. Check with the other leaders of the world and see if what you guys are saying make any sense now. Something's wrong with them brain. Let them keep saying to you every time we are expecting them to do things that are not at their level.
Yeah, man, they're way out of their league. True.
The other thing, before I go, the United Nations spoke about the slave trade and them classified the slave trade. I want that people in Jamaica realize which set of countries voted against the resolution.
But Junior, you know what is strange about that? Even the countries that enslaved us, our foreparents, they did not vote against the resolution, they abstained. But Israel, America, and Argentina voted against it.
And the first two are our best friends.
Hallelujah! The first two are our best friends.
Yeah. And we in Jamaica have the Israelis training the military in Jamaica.
The Israelis, they are training our military?
And the police.
Some here, me don't know if that's true. Rally, you know of that to be true?
Well, we hear that too. Can't verify it, but we hear that too.
I am going to dig deep into that one. Because that would be something else. A nation who bombs hospitals, school, kill old people, kill baby, training our military and our police. That can't be true. Cannot be true.
That would be a very dangerous development.
I want big Ralston a favor. Ralston, remember Tucson?
Yeah, man,
remember that name, Tucson? You can give us a little update on that person before you leave this evening. Here, you can remember know about that. Tucson.
All right,
Spring plans and the cocaine and the drug trafficking and the prison sentence.
All right, go ahead, Raleigh. Respond to Junior.
No, I was saying that Eli Tisona was the man who was responsible for Spring Plains. Spring Plains was an agricultural project on the Agro 21, which was developed by Mr. Siagam. He was subsequently arrested by U.S. authorities and got a long prison sentence for drug trafficking.
He was an Israeli?
He was an Israeli, yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes, brother. And here they are with the Israelis again.
Yeah, man.
Let me take another call. 1-876-804-7072. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We have Ralston Hyman online.
Hey, how you doing, sir? How you doing?
Yeah, man, we're good. Thank you for calling.
Blessings.
Yeah.
All right. Two questions for Sir Hyman. First question. How much money or how much in debt is USA with China? The debt. First question, right? And second question. Is it true that England, according to our Constitution of Jamaica, that England owns up to the shorelines meaning that if we do find oil outside the shoreline, but it will be in Jamaican waters, would England be in control of that department? Just two questions. Thank
England
you
no
so much.
own not Jamaica, Carla. There's an argument that is owned by the Crown. It's really the government of Jamaica. England no own nothing.
Yeah.
Raleigh, talk to him about the debt.
Correct.
All right, cool. All right, Carla, listen for the answer.
Yeah, China holds 695 billion in US Treasury.
How much is that, Raleigh?
China have been 695 billion. That's the lowest level since 2009 because China has been selling US treasuries as part of their strategy to fight back against the US.
So US owe China 700 billion.
695 billion.
Call that 700. $5 billion less 700.
Yeah, well, cool.
All right. And before that, what it was over $1 trillion at one time, right?
Yeah, man. But China has been selling. Yeah.
Oh,
All US countries have been selling. Yeah, man. The Europeans have been selling. So the Canadians have been selling. When Trump came up with a tariff argument, those are some of the things that they used to fight back because if people, what a lot of people don't know, America's debt is $39 trillion. If the Chinese and the Canadians and the Europeans don't go to the US auction and buy US treasuries, then the US economy would collapse.
Oh, so that's why they're selling now to really fight the economic war.
Precisely. Yep.
All right, we have another caller. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Go ahead, please.
By the way,
Colin. Yeah.
By the way, that is one of the reasons why Trump is trying to block the straits, because what the Iranians were saying, that the only ships that would pass through are the ships that are paying in Chinese yuan.
Oh?
Weaken the American dollar.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's take the call. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Lovely show you guys are very interesting.
Thank you.
But I have two questions. This is for Ralston. I respect your knowledge of the Jamaican society and its financial happenings. Mutual Life, Mutual Security Bank, it went under in a couple of years. That's one. Most of the people money disappear. We never hear anything about it. It go in receivership. Never heard anything. Can you expound on that? And two, you touch on something that kind of dear to my heart. The Spring Plain project. You know, what really happened to it? If it was doing so good, it was run by the Israeli, and all of a sudden something that was so successful just disappear. You know anything about that?
Well, it was successful. It collapsed.
Go ahead, Raleigh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was part of the Albert 21 project that was created by Mr. Siadler. It wasn't successful. It eventually collapsed. Yeah, and went bankrupt with a whole lot of money for the Jamaican people. And then Mr. Trisona was subsequently arrested by U.S. authorities because many people believe that those planes that were supposed to be carrying winter vegetables were carrying cocaine.
Jesus.
Yeah, and he got a long sentence in U.S. prison.
And see the GLP again and hug up the Israeli them again.
Yeah, man. Additionally, the whole thing about mutual life and mutual security, that was a part of the FinSac episode. None of the persons lost their money. They got back their money because nobody lost their money and savings in the FinSac episode. So that's not fair or true to say that people lost their money and never get back their money. So taxpayers of Jamaica contributed 140 billion to that process.
To pay back all the people who had money in the mutual life.
Yeah, all of those FinSac people. Yeah.
Agro 21 was paying $20 Jamaican per day.
Yeah, man.
At that time, $20 maybe was money at that time, innit?
Yeah, man. Man. And Trisona was the man in charge, and the Americans had a lot of questions about it.
Where is the dollar today, Raleigh?
$159.09.
9 cents or 90?
9 cents.
159, 9 cents.
Yeah,
Jamaican dollar trading to the US dollar.
Yeah, man.
Talk to us a little bit about the Jamaican stock market rally. Back in 2016, 2015, 2016, even up to 2017, it was the #1 stock market in the world.
Yeah, man. 2015 and 2018, we were #1.
So where are we now? What is going on with the stock market now?
Well, the stock market had kind of beat in COVID-19, and since then it was not recovered. The stock market was trading at 500,000 during COVID-19, and since then we haven't been able to pass 345,000 points. The lack of confidence, the high interest rate regime, and all of those things have negatively affected the stock market. So it was down by 1,900 and change points today.
So what have this government done well as it relates to the economy rally? Tell us.
Well, a lot of public relations. Only bringing down the debt to GDP in the most unproductive way, and then public relations.
So outside of bringing down the debt to GDP, which was a system that was set, not that they developed the system to do it, and there was laws put in place so they couldn't break it. What else have they done?
Public relations.
Public relations. Good economy can nyam.
Yep.
Tala.
Public relations gimmicks, man.
Public relation gimmicks. All kind of crap. Rally.
Growth of 0.8% per annum over the last 10 years.
And I hear somebody on a show say, oh, the Jamaican economy are grow. But Rally, explain to the listeners for me. Because there are times when starting would come on PIOJ that the economy grew 5% over last year. So some people miss it, them not understand because they don't have the numbers to know that last year we declined by 3.5%. So when you grow 5% over that last year, your growth is basically 1.5%. Explain some of that to my listeners and viewers before we go this evening.
One of the PR that they did with the people is to mix up growth with recovery. Yeah, so that is one thing, and many of the so-called people, even the man that did I talk about before, them help to contribute to that misinformation. So, for example, now the economy declined by 7.5% during the last quarter of last year.
Yes.
If you come now and say that we grow by 3% during the first quarter of that year, that is not growth, that's recovery.
So
you'd have to recover the 7.5%. And then you start growing after you cover back that 7.5%.
That's it.
So if I put it simple, if you drop in a hole that is 7.5 feet deep, you won't be growing until you come out of that 7.5 feet and stand up again.
Yes, you have to reach back surface.
Yeah, before you start growing again. Simple.
So over the last 10 years, the growth of the Jamaican economy, on average per year, is 0.0%. And we expect that to go down in a rally.
Yeah, of course. Between the COVID, Melissa and the war, yeah, I am predicting another decline during the first quarter of this year. So I'm seeing a recession.
So the first quarter of this year has been completed at the end of March. And we expect starting and PIOJ to come with those figures
by the end of this month. By the end of this month, yeah, first week of next month.
Right,
yeah.
And we are expecting that to be a decline. And once that is a decline, Jamaica would be officially in a recession.
That's correct.
Raleigh, anything you want to add before we cut this evening?
Well, as I say again, we want to hear a statement about the international situation and about the impact on the economy and how we plan to cushion the impact of the economy tomorrow. Yeah? Because the crisis is accelerating and all the leaders in the world are addressing their people and telling them about the plans that they have in order to cushion the impact on them. Sir Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, addressed the British Parliament today, saying he's not going to make Trump drag him into the war. He's going to look after British interests.
Yes.
They have announced reduction in fuel taxes and subsidies to the most vulnerable groups. The German Chancellor also did that today. So all international leaders are watching and seeing that this thing is escalating and it is going to have a damaging effect on their economy. So they are informing their people and telling their people what they need to do and what they're going to do from them. We want to hear that from the Prime Minister tomorrow. It is late. And if we don't hear from the Prime Minister, we need to hear from the opposition. The country needs guidance at this time.
What has the Prime Minister of Canada been saying? You know my star boy.
Well, yeah, we have heard from Mark Carney for a long time, yeah? But he's also against what the Americans are doing. And they're also looking at reducing the fuel tax. Most of the administration, what they're doing is focus on reducing fuel taxes and to provide food subsidy for vulnerable groups. People have been demonstrating right across the board. Even in India this morning, the people are demonstrating for higher wages because they are saying the price increases are reducing their disposable income and they can't cope.
There was a demonstration up by what? The University of the West Indies today?
Never heard of that.
Yeah, man. There was a big demonstration up at UA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. All over social media. The pictures are out.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was about salaries, though.
Salaries, yeah, man. That's what is happening in the world right now. Venezuela, India, all over the world, people are demonstrating for higher salaries. If you can't give us higher salaries, they are saying you must cut the tax on fuel and provide food subsidies because those are the two things that the war is affecting. Yeah, so we need to hear from our leadership as to what they plan to do in order to cushion the impact on the Jamaican people.
Ralston, man. Give thanks, my brother. We'll keep in touch. We'll talk tomorrow evening. Well, somebody was saying in the chat room that they have confirmed that Parliament will be on tomorrow. So we will be monitoring that to hear what the Prime Minister of Jamaica will come with. And once the Prime Minister speaks, then the opposition leader will have an opportunity to respond to whatever the Prime Minister comes with. So we look forward for all that tomorrow and look forward to hearing a clear strategy to how we're going to navigate this issue and something about growing the Jamaican economy. Is it easy to grow an economy in this time, though, Raleigh?
No, and that is why we need to hear the measures. If the Prime Minister don't do that, then means that he's wasting time. Because as well said, the fiscal policy of the Prime Minister and the monetary policy of the Bank of Jamaica are already sinking the economy. Yeah, and now we have these headwinds coming from outside of the country. So we need to hear from the Prime Minister. How is he and the government going to navigate this environment? If he don't talk about that tomorrow, I'm wasting time.
All right, my brother, we'll talk. Give thanks.
All right, blessings. Cool.
Yeah, man. Listeners and viewers, that was Ralston Iman, financial commentator in Jamaica and the Caribbean. This has been the Colin Bell Show. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Become a Portland Spice ambassador. Help us get to 10,000 subscribers. We are getting there. We need your help. We want to get there. Clear off that aspect of things and keep moving on. Tomorrow we'll be back right here from 5 p.m. until 7 for the Colin Bell Show. Tomorrow we'll be joined by Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again, peace be with you, my brethren. One love. Louis, take us out.
Tell them to try pre-wee, big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-wee, big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV, Louis Culture say it once and we say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off. Bogus match where we rip off. Subscribe, share. Portland Spice TV is